ActionSA has confirmed it will lay a formal complaint to review the process by which Tshwane Mayor Randall Williams' alleged misconduct was handled. Williams is facing allegations of wrongdoing over an unsolicited 26 billion rand bid, which would have seen a group called Kratos Consortium build gas turbines on the city's land near power stations in Pretoria West. Our report on this one is Govan Whittles. Govan is with me in studio now to talk about where we are. And Govan, this is a saga that simply refuses to go away for Randall Williams.
It does indeed, and he may have been cleared of any wrongdoing in terms of the Municipal Finance Management Act, but ActionSA now zooming into whether or not he's breached the councillor's code of conduct by essentially proposing this unsolicited bid for alternative power generation. Remember, it's worth 26 billion rand. Essentially, it would have, according to Randall Williams, solved the city's power woes, but ActionSA says they'll lay a formal complaint with the Speaker of the Tshwane Council. After they lay that complaint, they'll leave it up to Council to decide whether or not Randall Williams should remain in his position as Tshwane Mayor while this investigation into his conduct is ongoing. That's important because from the onset, the ActionSA caucus in Tshwane, as well as the Gauteng leadership, has said they've got a Randall Williams problem. They don't really have a problem with the coalition. They've described their relationship with the DA in the coalition as stable, but they've clearly got an axe to grind with Williams, and it looks like they'll do it with that formal complaint to the Speaker of Tshwane. We spoke to ActionSA's Gauteng chairperson, Bongani Baloyi. Let's take a look at what he had to say about the outcomes of that oversight meeting of the coalition.
Look, I think we met over the weekend to consider the outcome and from the legal opinion, which we differ with in some respect, but we accept, because what the legal opinion did, they only evaluated that one council item which was sent and not the start of the process from 2015. So part of the recommendation is that the mayor will refer himself to the speaker for a process to clarify that, and will also send an official complaint ensuring that the council process looks at from 2015 when the matter arose to at the point where we intervened in council. And I believe from there we'll get a different perspective.
And Govan, ActionSA is but one part of this coalition in Tshwane. What are the other partners saying?
That's really important. They met over the weekend, yesterday to be specific, and they considered the question of whether Randall Williams should remain in his position. They don't believe that there's any grounds for him to step aside at the moment while the Speaker of the Council investigates his alleged breach of the Code of Conduct. Importantly, Randall Williams contending to the chairperson of the Oversight Committee that he doesn't believe he's breached the Councillor's Code of Conduct. He'll make his own representations to the Speaker's office. ActionSA will, of course, lay that formal complaint, and then it will be up to the Speaker of Tshwane to decide whether or not he should remain in his position after deliberating with Council. It'll be a Council decision. That, as the Speaker of Tshwane, a COPE councillor, was also rumoured to be in the firing line of the coalition, but is safe as the coalition attempts to solidify their base ahead of these apparent threats to the mayor's position.
But if Randall Williams were to go, it would be a massive blow for the DA. I mean, it would have lost, what, 2 mayors? I mean, it would be third, but Mpopalat is now back. In Joburg, they're saying her return is also going to be short-lived. So what's the DA doing to hold things together?
Well, they've reinforced the coalition, and essentially the coalition's oversight committee, which looks at complaints, fights between coalition partners, and whose primary job it is to resolve these matters, appears to have made some serious headway in Tshwane. That's the one city where, despite the threats to Randall Williams, the coalition partners aren't betraying itself. Each other. At most, what we've seen is a prepared coalition briefing by the city of Tshwane's partners happening with ActionSA and the IFP pulling out at the last minute, and that would infer that there would be problems in the coalition. But Bongani Baloyi is saying to Newzroom Afrika today that they believe their coalition is stable in Tshwane, and they're also going to vote alongside of the coalition partners in the city of Ekurhuleni tomorrow, where the mayor is being elected. So it does look like ActionSA remains on side, but they have a problem with the personality in the office of the Tshwane mayor.
Govan Whittles, thank you very much for that.